Thank you for joining me on my learning journey. Today we're going to be talking about a cool trick for finding more tricks. And I really like this trick. I feel like it's simple and it reduces the risk of not seeing a trick. Um, at least for me, I find it really helpful. So here we go. So my trick is simply to just convert every fraction strip on the board um, to 12 into twelfths because that is a common denominator across the different fraction strips. And once you have that common denominator, you can start looking at the fraction strips as just whole numbers instead of complicated fractions. So for example, I can see this as 4 instead of 2/6. I can see this as 5 and 12 and 6. Now in this case there aren't any tricks I can make, but let me try seeing if the next one will be something that we can make. Now this may take a lot of practice, may take some practice actually. At first, when you're just learning this trick for the first time, but as long as you learn how to simply convert them all to twelfths, the trick is rather straightforward. And I know that after practice with playing this game, it made it a lot easier for me um, to spot these tricks. And even when it was my opponent's turn, I could easily spot, a capture when they said no trick. So here we have 12, 4, 5, 6, and 8. And you can see that 12 minus 4 is equal to 8. So 12 twelfths minus 2/6 is equal to 4/6. Let's try another example. I want to try an example where there aren't as many of these, the the twelfths, the twelfths fraction strips. I want to do some more different ones. Okay, we can do this one. And I know that you can make a solution with twelfths, but I want to show our trick instead. So 6, we can see this as 6, 5, 7, 6, and 12. So there are two ways to make this trick, but I am going to do 1/2 plus 2/4 is equal to 4/4, or 6 plus 6 equals 12. When you're announcing it, you have to say it in the fraction form, but in your head, just for ease of calculation, you can do it this way. I feel like this helps for two reasons. One, you don't have a pencil and paper in this game, so it's easier to work with whole numbers. At least I know for me, when I was practicing for this tournament, it was a lot easier. And two, it just, I feel like it increases the chance that you won't make a mistake in your calculations across, the different denominators and stuff. I feel like it's a lot easier with the common denominator. But again, it may take some practice because of the fact that you don't have a pencil and paper to do your calculations and conversions on. You just need to practice and practice and practice, and eventually you will get the hang of it. So I encourage you to try out this trick and see if it works well for you. So 1/2 plus 2/4 is equal to 4/4. And I'm going to try one more example, but this time I'm not going to tell you what it is immediately, almost like a practice problem. Now this is another all 12ths scenario. So I know you can make a trick here, but I'm just going to move it aside because I want to do a scenario where it's not an all 12th scenario. So I'm going to even there are too many 12ths in this scenario, so I want to move it along. Okay, so I encourage you to try this one out. It is a little simple, but I hope that it'll help you grasp the concept, so I do encourage you to pause the video right now and give this one a try. Alright, so I'm assuming you've given it a go. Let's take a look at it. So here we have 12, 5, 7, 11, and 12. And 0 in the show box. So for the entire game, your three steps are convert the action rectangle fraction strips into base 12, convert the show box to base 12, see if you can make the show box number out of the action number, out of the numbers in the action rectangles. And then, of course, number 4 is touch and announce if applicable. And yeah, so here 12, 5, 7, 11, 12, 0. We see that we can make it with 2 halves minus 6 sixths is equal to 0 halves, or 0, and you would take that off the board. So that's it for this learning. Thank you for joining me. I'll really appreciate it if you leave your comments, feedback, further suggestions for additional learnings, as well as any questions you have below. And also, if while you were playing the fab-a-diffy game you came up with some of your own tricks, please leave them down in the comments. I would love to take a look at those. I'll see you next time.